Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about 10th standard biology chapter. Before going to the topic, let us discuss what are the topics to be covered in 10th standard. That is an overview of 10th standard topic. So there are around 8 chapters you have to study. The first chapter deals with the nerve system, neuron, brain and its parts, then some deformities or some problems associated with the nerve system, how to cure it. The second chapter deals with the sense organs. Second chapter deals with the sense organs. So different types of sense organs you have to study, its structure, function and problems associated with the sense organs or its diseases, that also you have to study there. Third chapter deals with the endocrine glands. It deals with the endocrine glands, then hormones secreted by them and how these hormones perform their function and regulation of hormone action you have to study there. All these things are included in third chapter. Our fourth chapter deals with different types of communicable diseases. Different types of communicable diseases. Here you have to study the name of pathogen, then types of pathogen, diseases caused by them and what are the symptoms of that disease, then treatment method you have to study, then other things, vaccination and other medical things you have to study there. Then in addition to this, you have to study different types of genetic diseases and lifestyle diseases are also included in this chapter. And our fifth chapter deals with different types of defense mechanism of our body. So different types of defense mechanism, it include our immunity, then different cells perform immunity and different structures of immune response or defense mechanism, how they perform their function, that also you have to study that. And sixth and seventh chapter mainly focusing on genetics. You might have heard about Mendel and its experiment and different theories proposed by Mendel, and you have to study genetics in detail, that is about gene action and different processes associated with genes. And sixth and seventh chapter deals with genetics. The last chapter, that is our eighth chapter, it deals with evolution. It deals with evolution. Here you have to study different phenomena associated with evolution and theories of evolution you have to study there. Then there are some evidences. Suppose there are some evidences are also included there to prove evolution. That evidences are also included in your syllabus. And finally you have to study human evolution. You might have heard about human beings are evolved from monkeys, and evolutionary sequence or the stages also you have to study. That is about human evolution. Human evolution is mainly discussed in this chapter. And this is about our syllabus, that is our 10th standard syllabus. It deals with only 8 chapters. So these topics are very interesting. I think you can study it properly, you will enjoy this topic well. Now let us move to today's topic, that is our first chapter. That is our first chapter. Can you see this? You can see that sensation and responses. Our first chapter, sensation and responses. Sensation and responses. Before going to our chapter, just imagine some situations. Just imagine some situations. You might have experienced different types of experiences you might have got, different types of experience. Just point out some experiences. I am just pointing out some experiences here. So first one, tasting a mango. First one, tasting a mango, that is ripened mango. I mean here, tasting a mango. Then second point, suppose if you are walking through a flower garden, walking through a garden, then you might have got some other experiences, that is touching antennae of snail, touching antennae of snail. Then singing songs by your classmates, your classmates. Then you might have heard about sound making process by birds. So what I am going to discuss here is the different types of experiences, that you already got. Just moving to first point, that is tasting a mango. That is a mango that is ripened one. It is very tasteful, very delicious, colorful. Sometimes that mango will have sweet smell. All these things are there. That is one kind of experience. Then walking through a garden, a flower garden, very colorful flowers will be there. Then the smell produced by them. Then different types of butterflies will come there, birds will come there, not to collect juices or fluids from flowers. Then third one, touching antennae of snail. Snail, you might have seen, snail very slow moving worm like structures you might have seen in different surfaces. If it has two antennae. If you touch the antennae, that will move backward. That structures will be withdrawn to its shell. Snail will withdraw that structures towards inside, that is inside the shell. It will move towards inward. Then singing songs by your classmate, you might have different sounds you can hear. Then if you go our environment, you might have heard about sound produced by birds. Now let us see what are these sensations and responses. Let us list out some points related to these experiences. So what are the factors which support our sense organs? So let us list out what kind of experiences you got from these experiences. So what are the factors which support our senses or sense organs? Let us list out those points. So first point you can write taste. You already discussed about eating a mango, that is very delicious, ripened mango. So you can recognize taste of that mango, taste of mango. Then sound, hearing sound, hearing sound, you can write the hearing of sound. Then touch, it is another kind of experience. So what are they? Taste, hearing sound, then touch. Then you might have we can see different types of flowers and other things in that area or environment. So vision also we can include here. Then stimuli, the senses that evoke responses in organism are called stimuli. What is it? The senses that evoke responses in organism are called stimuli. Then there is a question for you. how we get this stimuli? Is there any mechanism to receive this stimuli? Any specialized organ is there in our body? Just think about it. What is stimuli? The senses that evoke responses in organism are called stimuli. So different types of stimuli, that is taste, then touching, vision, heat stimulus is there, cold stimulus is there, and different kinds of stimulus is there. Is there any special mechanism to receive this stimuli, or any special organ is there? Just think about it. Whether stimulus is found externally or whether it can be produced internally. Only externally we are getting stimulus? No, it is produced inside our body also. For example, just think about hunger and thirst. Hunger and thirst. What about it? Is it produced outside the body or inside the body of organism? Yes, it is produced inside the body of organism. That means stimulus can be produced both inside and external surface. We are getting stimulus from inside the body and external surface also we are getting stimulus. Now the question is there, how we get stimulus? Is there any mechanism to receive stimulus? Any organ is there? Any specialized cells are there? Yes, there are some specialized cells. There are some specialized cells in our sense organs and our body part to receive stimuli. Once again I repeat, there are some specialized cells in our body or different sense organs. I already told you hunger is a kind of stimuli, then thirst is a kind of stimuli that is formed inside our body. So there are some specialized cells. Each and every part of body contains some specialized cells. They are known as receptors. They are called receptors. What is it? Receptors. They are called receptors. So what are receptors? These are some specialized cells which is found in sense organs and our body part. It receives stimuli from external surface, then it will send it to nerve system. Have you understood what are receptors? Receptors are specialized cells which is found in sense organs to receive stimuli. Now let us move to next session. So receptors will receive stimuli, hunger, maybe thirst, heat, cold, whatever it may be. Actually, who controls this transport of impulses or functioning of receptors? How these responses of our body are controlled? How these responses of our body are controlled? Just think about it. Is there any mechanism or any special structures in our body? You might have heard about our brain, isn't it? Our brain. About our brain. In earlier classes, you already heard about brain. Actually, who control our functioning of different parts and our body functioning is controlled by brain. So brain will control and coordinate all these functions of different glands or different organs, and these nerves are also controlled by whom? Brain. But brain cannot control alone. Brain cannot control alone. It requires some support. So there will be a system present in our body. There will be a system present in our body in order to control and coordinate different processes. That system is called nervous system. It is called what? Nervous system. It is called nervous system. What is it? It is called nervous system of our body. Now let us see what are the parts of this nervous system. How many parts are the nervous system? You already got some information, that is brain is there. Brain is there. Not only brain, there are some other parts are also present. Once again I am writing here nervous system. There is a system present in our body in order to control functioning of our body and different parts of body. So what are the parts of this nerve system? So first one we can write what? Brain is there. Then in addition to brain, is there any other part? There is another part that is called spinal cord. There is another part called spinal cord. Then anything else you can add? Brain is there, spinal cord, then nerves. So there are three parts associated with the nerve system. There are three parts associated with the nerve system. First one brain, then second one spinal cord, and third one nerves. So these are some parts associated with the nerve system. So we are talking about a receptor. Then we just started about a nerve system. So what are receptors? Receptors are specialized cells in our organ or sense organ, or it may be present in different body part in order to receive stimuli. It will receive stimuli and it will send impulses. It will send some coded information, or it will send some messages or impulses to nerves. It will send impulses to nerves. So how brain will get this information? Just point out this point. Nerves are there. So nerves will be present in our body part. So nerves many branches will be there. Nerves will be connected to different organs or different sense organs or body parts. So receptors will be present in each and every part of our body. So what these receptors will do? Receptors will receive stimuli from external environment or from internal environment, whatever it may be, and it will be sent to nerves. Through nerves it will reach to spinal cord. From spinal cord it will reach to brain. So nerves, spinal cord, from spinal cord to brain. And finally where this message will reach? It will reach to brain. So brain will recognize that message or impulse. It can read it and it will guide our body part or sense organ, and in such a way responses are created. Just imagine, suppose we are going near to a hot object, a burning candle. No need to go very near to that candle, but you can experience that heating effect if you stand little backward itself. So our receptors will be activated. These receptors will receive signals from that heat object. Then our brain will control us, and brain will tell us, do not go close to that burning candle. There will be damage in our body system. So like that, this is an example I told you. So like that, the brain will control and coordinate all the functions of our body. Then next we are going to discuss about nerves, I told you the spinal cord is there, brain is there. You have already told there is a system in our body that is called nerve system. That is called nerve system. Now let us move to nerve system. You might have heard about cell. We have already studied in 8th standard or 9th standard. You might have studied about cell. What is a cell? It is a basic unit of life. Like that we have studied. So here also there is a basic unit. There is a basic unit of what? Nerve system or a nerve. There is a basic unit. What is it called? It is called a neuron. What is it called? Neuron. Neuron, or you can write there. It is also called nerve cell. It is also called nerve cell. So what is a neuron? It is the basic unit of a nerve system. It is the basic unit of a nerve system. So there is a diagram here. I think you can see that a diagram of neuron is there on the board. Just observe that diagram. Just closely observe that diagram. The parts are also labeled there. So what is a neuron? It is the basic unit of nerve system. So many neurons joined from nerve and other different nerve systems, parts of nerve system will be formed of what? Nerve cell. Will be formed of what? Nerve cell or a neuron. Here we are going to discuss about structure of a neuron. What is it? Structure of a neuron. Just see this picture. What are the parts of a neuron? What are the parts? You can see many parts there. Just read that parts. Cytoplasm is there. Then dendron, dendrite is there. Cell body is there. Then there is a Schwann cell. Then synaptic knob is there. Synaptic knob is there. Then in addition to this there is a nucleus. There is a nucleus. It is the diagram of a nerve cell. It's a diagram of a nerve cell. It is also a cell. So it will have, definitely it will have a nucleus and other parts of a cell. But nerve cell is specially designed for what? It is specially designed for sending impulses or messages from one point to brain. It will receive impulses from receptors and it will send it to brain, and from brain also it will receive some information and it will be sent to different body parts. Then only that control and coordination will work. Just see what are the parts of a nerve system. Once again I read. There is a cytoplasm, dendron is there, dendrite is there, then there is a nucleus, cell body is there, synaptic knob, then Schwann cell. All these are parts of a nerve cell. It is a cell. Once again I repeat, it is a cell specially designed for what? To transmit impulses or not to send and receive different informations. Now let us see in detail. So there is a cytoplasm. There is a cytoplasm inside the cell. That is a fluid matrix which is present inside the cell. Then there is a nucleus to control the function of that nerve cell. Then the body, that is called a cell body. Cell body, inside the cell body, nucleus and cytoplasm is present. Cell body contains some long strand like structure, that is called what? It is called dendron. Long strand like structures arising from cell body. Then dendron has short branches, many strands are there, many fiber like branches are called dendrite. Actually, who receive this impulse or information from adjacent neuron? It is dendrite. Dendrite will receive information from adjacent neuron, and this information will be sent to where? Dendron, dendron will receive information from dendrite, then it will reach to cell body or this part of nerve system. Then there is a long strand like structure, long, very long structure. It is called what? It is called axon. It is called axon. It is called axon. Long strand like structure. It is called axon. It is called axon. Then there is a branch. It is called axonate. There is a branches. There are some 2 branches are there. Many branches will be there. It is called axonate. Then synaptic knob. Synaptic knob is the tip of that neuron or nerve cell. Okay, axonate, it is again branched, and tip of axonate, it is called synaptic knob. Synaptic knob, it produces some neurotransmitter, some fluids, that is called neurotransmitter. So the next, it is continuous, doesn't mean neuron is ending here. The other nerve cell will be connected to here, other nerve cell will be connected to here. So there is a long strand structure from our sense organ to brain. It is continuous, doesn't mean only single neuron is present in our body. No, there are many neurons. From synaptic knob there will be dendrite of other neuron will be present here. Dendrite of other neuron will be present here. Then axon is a long strand arising from cell body. So this axon will receive these impulses from where cell body to axonate. Finally, it will reach to axonate. It will reach to axonate. From axonate, impulses will be sent to adjacent neuron. Impulses will be sent to adjacent neuron. Then you can see some structures covered or which is present on the axon. Can you see that there are some coverings or sheath like structure? It is called a myelin sheath. It is called what? Myelin sheath. It is called a myelin sheath. Actually, it is a covering of our nerve cell, or it's the covering of axon. It is made up of special cells, that is called what? Schwann cell. It is called a special cell called Schwann cell. It is made up of special cells called Schwann cell. Here we are discussing about neuron. What is neuron? It is the basic unit of nerve system. So many nerves or neuron joint form nerves, and nerve system is made in such a way. So what are the parts? There is a dendrite, dendron, the nucleus is the cell body, then cytoplasm, axon, myelin sheath which is made up of Schwann cell, then synaptic knob is the synaptic knob produces some neurotransmitter, some fluids. It will helps in transfer of impulses. So just rewind. What are the topics we already discussed here? We are just starting a chapter, that is sensation and responses. Sensation and responses. First we discussed about stimuli. First we discussed about stimuli. Then receptor we already discussed. What are receptors? Receptors are specialized cells in our sense organ and body part. It receives stimuli and it will send impulses to nerve cell. Okay. Then we already told that there is a system present in our body. It is called a nerve system. So what are the parts of nerve system? Brain, spinal cord, then nerves. Okay. Nerves can be classified in different way. We can discuss later. Then nerve cell, discussed about structure of a nerve cell. We already discussed parts of a nerve cell. Next what you have to do is you have to prepare a short note about stimuli, receptors, then about nerve system, its parts. Then what we discussed here, structure of a nerve cell. You have to draw a neat diagram in your notebook and you have to label the parts. Then what are the functions of different parts of nerve system. So this is about today's biology class. We will continue on next day with our new topic, that is continuation of this chapter. Okay.